an amazing episode of Sheen Talk Live, and we have with us the one and the only Miss Sherry Dennard. So before we even get into all the great stuff we want to talk about, for those that you want to have to get to know you, just tell us a little bit about who you are. Tell everybody who Sherry Dennard is.
Well, Sherry Dennard is a lot of things, actually. I wear many hats like many women do in business and personally. So Sherry DeVouse Dennard is a wife. She's a mother. We have a blended family. Just a little bit about my education. I went to Albany State University and I got a bachelor's degree in business. I have my master's degree from Troy University. All of these things happened a long time ago. Most of my professional career was in pharmaceutical industry in different roles and positions. So I usually joke and tell people I was a legal dope dealer. And so now, life would have it, I've arrived at this point in my life where, God gave me the opportunity to open my own insurance agency. So I've always really wanted to own my own business. And so I have the opportunity to do that. And I feel very blessed. So that's the 101 version, truncated version of Sherry without giving the whole book.
Okay. So you mentioned that you started out in the pharmaceutical sales industry as a legal dope dealer, and now you're in the insurance industry. So what kind of led you to the insurance industry from the pharmaceutical industry?
Well, it's kind of funny. I actually, I was in touch with State Farm as an intern in college through Albany State University. And I worked in the claims division on Slappy Boulevard. And, my life took me in a different direction. So I wasn't exactly all in sales throughout my pharmaceutical career. I did have a stint in sales. That's just one of the roles I had. So, I think it was in 2016. A State Farm recruiter reached out to me while I was at work one day. And you just get a lot of stuff from LinkedIn, right? And some stuff you respond to, sometimes to some stuff you don't. They just kind of had the right opportunity in my life where it was like, what else? What's next here in this current role? And, what is my real impact? And they were offering something different, but it was a little scary, I must say. Because I was a W-2 employee and, I was really in a safe place. And so I didn't really have a reason to move my cheese, if you will. And, but this was offering me an opportunity to own it and, really get a broader reach in the community and, to help people in a way that is different than medicine.
Right.
So I went for it, but I didn't go for it immediately, I must say. 2016, I started the conversation and I was going down the path, and it's definitely a marathon type of opportunity.
Right.
And got into a certain point in that whole interview process where I was like, wow, maybe I'm not ready for this, and I started self-doubting. The devil will start telling you, you don't want to do this, and you're safe and all the things, and I stopped, and thank goodness for grace. He gave me grace, and I revisited the opportunity almost 2 years to the date. And the way State Farm systems work, when you get an acceptable rating in their system, you have 2 years to take advantage of that opportunity. Well, that was going to be November of 2018, and I revisited September of 2018. So I had 2 months or a little less than 2 months to get all of my licenses if I was really going to go forward with the opportunity. And I did.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm glad you have to lean into some discomfort if you're going to experience real growth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I see here that you are, you've been and still are a part of so many different business organizations, professional organizations, the Southern Crescent Women in Business, the Henry County Rotary Club, the County Chamber. So to be such an ambitious woman, how do you find, or is there a balance? What does balance look like for you as that super ambitious woman that business owner and that wife and mother? What does balance look like if there is such a thing?
Well, that may be a misnomer, balance. I mean, you just, I think you just have to figure out what you're most passionate about and delegate yourself accordingly. Obviously, I'm a business owner. And so my first and foremost responsibility here is to make sure that I'm offering exceptional services and customer service, right? And I have a team that's here. So, and then I have a family even before all of that. So, you have to kind of like compartmentalize all of these things and decide how you're going to ration your time out. And because you can't be great at everything, because quite frankly, I'd probably be involved with a whole lot more. But, I learned early on, more is not always best.
Yeah.
So how can you most, efficiently, and not just say that you're on a board or you're just involved because your name is there, but how do you really make an impact and really, are you going to make a difference? And so I had to decide, out of everything that's out there that I'm passionate about, where can I most utilize my time and where can I most give the value? So that's why, I feel like between the things you just mentioned, I can be present, it's not all the time, but I can be present enough to, add value. So, you have to find that balance and decide, where can you be efficient without overextending yourself.
Okay. That's good because, we definitely tend to overextend ourselves.
Promise.
So, yeah, that's definitely good. So also I see here that you are your first pursuit as an author in Iron Sharpens Iron.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
There it is, right?
There it is.
So Iron Sharpens Iron. Shout out to Dr. Larry White. Hopefully he's looking at this, broadcast. And, it's just a compilation of different entrepreneurs talking about their journeys. And hopefully, our stories give hope and inspiration to someone that's thinking about doing it. So I have one chapter in here. And it's called, I think it's deposit your dreams towards success or something like that. But essentially what I'm saying in this chapter is that are making deposits towards success. But what I'm saying in this chapter basically is you have to make investments in order to be successful, right? And I mean, you have to put in the work, you have to make a plan, put it in place, go out and shadow people, but you really have to be thoughtful about it, because if you're just dreaming about it and you don't put action to it, it's not going to happen. It's just a nice idea that's just existing in your head. So you have to be proactive in your own success.
I like that. So let me ask you this. So, you made your pursuit as an author. You went from the transition of being, in pharmaceutical sales, and here we are now. What would you say to the person that is nervous or afraid about changing lanes like that? Like you said, you had to step out of your comfort zone. So what do you say to that person?
I'll tell that person, if you are really passionate about something and you want to pursue it, do your research. Start talking to people. They say, eagles of a feather flock together, right? Or birds of the feather. I like to say eagles because, that's the best bird, I think. But, get around people that are doing what you think you want to do and do the research. And people, there is no growth in being comfortable. Let me just tell you that right now. Whether it's pursuing higher education, whether it's going after that promotion, whether it's, all the things you think of that's going to give you or that success status, you have to lean into some discomfort. I can't tell you how uncomfortable it was to start up a business and never having a business before. The biggest thing, even beyond all of that, know that your faith will carry you. Know that what you're speaking into existence, your words carry power, So if you believe what you're saying and you're also putting in the work and you believe that God is bigger than all things here on earth, nothing is impossible. Nothing. And so, as long as you have the tools, you have the know-how, you've done your research, you have the market. So don't just go put out something, that people don't need. right? Understand your
Right.
market, your market analysis, SWOT. I'm big on that. But yeah, you just got to lean into discomfort and start talking to people that are doing what you want to do, and just gain that confidence, and just go do it. Just go do it. Go do it. It's going to be all right. And you have support, so much support out there. So you're not on trying to do these things. Look at all the different organizations that exist. That's there to support you, give you resources you need when you're trying to start or even form a business. Ariel Shaw, shout out to her. The Southern Crescent Women in Business is an amazing resource right here, in the Southern Crescent, for women. And I'm sure she wouldn't turn down a guy if he needed some information. So, Google is a big source where you can just Google and see what's out there. But, talk to people and get involved. Get involved. Don't be afraid to network.
Okay. All right. Definitely all good advice. And like you said, once again, just go do it.
Just go do it. Jump out there. Hey, the worst thing happens when you fail. And then you learn.
And you're going to learn something. Yep. You're going to learn something along the way. Absolutely.
Look, nobody does.
That. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I thank you so much for being patient with us. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure.
We're looking for yes. Tell us where we can get the book though before we go. Iron Sharpens Iron. Where can we get that?
I'll tell you where you can get that and how you can find me for all of your insurance needs.
All of that.
Sharpens Iron is available now on Amazon. Just look up Iron Sharpens Iron, and you have to type in Masterminds or Dr. Larry White Sr. to get the right book. And it looks like this, right?
Okay.
Page 42. And so for all of your insurance needs, I service all of Georgia, Alabama, as well as South Carolina. And you can find me online at www.sddinsurance.com. Of course, you can call me 678-782-3005. And you can also find me on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, under your agent Sherry. All
right. Well, thank you so much once again for your time. I'm going to go grab a copy of that book, and I'm looking for page 42.
That's right.
And you enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Kristen. You guys have a great weekend, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.